My name is Sharnitra Mathis. I am a fifth-year educator at Conley Hills Elementary. I teach math, science, and social studies. My capstone presentation was completed for the Masters of Instructional Technology program at Kennesaw State University. This project, entitled Getting Techie with History, was completed with 3rd through 5th grade social studies teachers during the 2016-2017 school year. Teachers' delivery of content is not engaging to our students anymore. Teachers are bored teaching the content and students are bored listening. Problems can arise when social studies instruction is based on textbook presentations of material only. Students do not enjoy reading and learning from textbooks. In order for students to be fully engaged in the social studies curriculum, teachers should be mediators and facilitators. Tasks should be challenging and reach the highest level of bloom. They should cause students to collaborate, think deeply, make connections, analyze, question, predict, create, and synthesize. Lessons should not be simple lectures from a textbook, and students shouldn't have to just respond to the essential question. The lessons should be very appealing to the students' interests and have a real-world connection. I created this action plan to help students become more engaged in the social studies curriculum, solve real-world problems, and use resources made available to them to create projects. I also created this plan to help teachers develop their own lesson plans that would incorporate all of these things. Student engagement in social studies can be achieved through the use of technology. Through the implementation of ongoing professional developments and integrated technology, apps, and Web 2.0 tools, they can be used to increase and improve student achievement and engagement of the curriculum. The purpose of this capstone is to improve teacher delivery of the social studies content, to increase teacher confidence of implementing technology through ongoing professional developments, and to enhance student interest in the social studies instruction. As you can see, the plan for this capstone was very simple. In July, I created the survey for the students and teachers to take upon their return to school in August. In August, I conducted the surveys and analyzed the results. As expected, the teachers said that they didn't like social studies and they would prefer to teach reading or math. And the students said that they didn't like the subject because they had to learn a lot of dates and figures and they had to read from a textbook. I created the professional learning plans on PowerPoint, Padlet, Edpuzzle, Powtoons, Google Tools, Weebly, and Glockster. From September to February, I conducted 1-month PL sessions where I introduced the tool, its purpose, its ideas for usage, and all of the features. I gave teachers a scenario where they had to create a product or answer the scenario by using the tool presented that month. They enhanced their lesson plans to incorporate the tool, and I met with them individually once a week to assist with their needs and implementation, and I also met with them upon their request. Teachers throughout the month used the blog to respond and discuss their implementation success and struggles and any other concerns they might have had. In March, I conducted the post survey with the teachers and the students, and we discussed the end session stories. The goal for this capstone was for teachers to learn how to use various Web 2.0 tools to provide engaging and authentic daily instruction. It was to increase student engagement and increase interest in social studies. And the goal is also to increase teacher confidence when using technology in their own classroom. Each month, starting in September, participants engaged in 5 one-month professional development sessions twice a week that focused on using technology to increase confidence level in teaching social studies within their classroom. It also focused on student engagement as well. The first session was on PowerPoint, the second session was on Edpuzzle and Padlet, the third session was on Powtoons, the fourth session was Google Tools, and the fifth session was Weebly. The trainings also provided teachers with a new way to present material, create interdisciplinary lessons, and gave them a glimpse at the potential amount of interaction and engagement each tool would have on their students. Training on how to use the tool took about 1 to 2 days, and during the training, I modeled how to create and conduct lessons with the students using the tools. Again, the teachers were provided with the scenario and given the opportunity to practice using the tool on their own and create an exemplar before actually implementing it into their own classroom. Teachers then spend a session revamping or recreating a lesson plan for the following week or even the next school year if the topic had already passed, where the tool will be used as a lesson or for a student product or a student activity. I help teachers create lesson plans that were authentic and meaningful to the content to the students. The lessons were also cross-curricular and related to reading standards, some related to math standards, so that the lessons could have even more meaning to the student's life. The textbooks were not to be used as the main resource, but as an additional resource. And I made sure to really point this out to the teachers. Next steps with this is to really sit down and start collaborating with teachers, other teachers, the reading and the math teachers, and getting them on board to using some of these social studies plans in their daily lessons so that the kids can understand that it's not just social studies by itself, but that it all connects in the world of education. Teachers use the tool learned to enhance lessons or provide students with in-class projects that would help them guide their own learning. The teacher acted more as the facilitator than the teacher. If there were any questions or concerns, the teachers were able to email me at any time for feedback or for any needed assistance. Sometimes I was able to go in and work with teachers one-on-one while they were with their students. And sometimes I was able to work with teachers after school for an hour. But anytime I met with every teacher at least once a week after school for 1 hour. At the end, I gave students and teachers the same survey they took in August. This time, results were definitely different. They were more positive. I found from one teacher results that students were a lot more engaged in the topics being taught. They wanted to utilize the tools they learned about more often in the classroom. Teachers also wanted me to do classroom trainings with their students. Some suggested that for next year I create a technology team and train the students on how to use these various tools of technology so that they can better assist their classmates and even their teachers. Student results showed that most retained information taught to them, and some did better on classroom assessments, and as others did not. This was expected. But the goal was for them to show the engagement, and with the engagement comes better and higher test scores and results. Some mentioned that their favorite tools to use were Edpuzzle, Padlet, and Powtoons because these were tools that they could easily take home and use on their own. Throughout the month or throughout every session, teachers would reflect on Padlet about how well the tools were being used, how the kids were responding to it, if they were learning anything, and any other tools that they might want to learn about, or any other ways or any other troubles or things that they might have come across. They reflected there, and I was able to use that information and put it into my plan for the following month. Reflections. Some strengths from this capstone was that teachers and students were excited. Teachers were excited to use the tool, and students were excited to be able to use tools in their classroom. Students were more engaged. The teacher delivery was a lot better. Teachers were more excited about their own delivery of the content. I will be training students and teachers more in the future. Students want more training, so does the teachers. Um, and I've actually started a student technology team that will carry on into the next school year from this capstone experience. Teachers are now beginning to look for more tools on their own and asking me to look at it and train them on how to use the tool as well. So that's great. A lot of great things came from this capstone. Some weaknesses that I experienced was that there was a small number of participants. Even though I allowed for all teachers to join, only the social studies teachers showed up. And that's okay. Maybe next year I'll get more. Some of the tools were a little challenging for some of the teachers to use. For example, Google Tools was challenging. The teachers, some of the teachers didn't understand what a Google email was, and that was just a real struggle. And the last weakness I experienced was there was time for implementation or lesson plans when creating those lessons with the teachers. A lot of times they wanted to just work on using a tool versus creating the lesson. And sometimes some teachers weren't able to actually implement the tool or work it into their lesson for that week or for that following week. So we had some time issues there. Changes for next time, I think I will give teachers an option of choice. If they would like to learn about one tool this month and not the next month, then that will be fine. I would like to host more than 5 sessions, and I will definitely want to choose newer tools for implementation. The tools I chose this time were tools that teachers had kind of been introduced to. They heard about it and they wanted to learn more about it, and we had been talking about this for a while as a school, so I stuck with what the teachers were almost comfortable with. And I also want to work in the classroom more with the teacher and the students. But because I am a classroom teacher myself, that might be a challenge for next year. But I'm sure I could probably work something out. Thank you for listening to my presentation, Getting Techie with History. I want to thank the Conley Hills staff, my mentor, Tamaria Gray, and the many people who continue to encourage me to finish this project out. I really want to thank the social studies department teachers for all of their hard work and dedication and patience with me as we worked diligently to get this capstone project completed.